Peace and blessings. Hope everybody's doing all right today. I just wanted to come in and take a moment to share a CD haul from a place where a lot of people go, but many of us are asleep on Goodwill, shop thrift store. So I like to go check in there on a weekly basis for stuff like CDs, different items, furniture items, and decorations for the home. And look what I found. I found a nice haul of CDs. So I'm an 80s baby. So they always have something old school there. Not always what I want, but today I came up. I came up. So let me share with y'all. So this first one is the Billboard Top Hits of 1984. Now, 1984, if you don't know, was a really tough time in history for, I would say, the inner city, you know, ethnic communities, because that's the year that crack hit the street. Yes, crack. Crack hit the streets. People were going crazy, being territorial over corners. Things got very dangerous at that time. I mean, everybody thinks that right now is crazy and dangerous. Oh no, 1984, it was terrible. So if you were alive back then, having your music was something to hold on to. The music scene was like the best thing. Of course, hip hop was growing, still a little new and growing, but yeah, R&B, even pop, rock and roll, everything was popping. So back then, we listened to just about everything in the 80s. So there's like nothing off the table when it comes to music. And we were, of course, watching MTV, VH1, BET, all the music channels. And we watched and listened to everything. So let's talk about this one. So it has some hits like What's Love Got to Do with It, Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters from Ray Parker Jr., Culture Club, Denise Williams, the Pointer Sisters. So these are all songs that I like, but I wouldn't normally search or look to buy the whole album. So this is a perfect CD for me because it has hits that I like from, my time growing up, but I don't have to buy the whole album. So let's see what's next. Next up is Otis Redding. Now this is kind of older than the 80s, but I'm still an old schooler too. I love the old classics, like the soul music, the old rock and roll, and you know, people like Otis Redding, music is timeless. Now you're gonna find his music played in movies, in advertisements. I mean, on a regular basis, every year. You can find an Otis Redding, somebody remaking it, revamping it, or just his classic voice. His voice is timeless. Take a peek at some of these hits here. I mean, you got Respect. They started off right away. Respect. Now, Respect this is the original version from what Aretha Franklin sang. He sang this first. He wrote this song, and Aretha Franklin's family was really close with him. So Aretha decided to remake it her own version, which was, even better to me, actually. But of course, it's got that Try a Little Tenderness. I mean, that's a song that you're going to hear played on TV, used in videos, advertisements, and everything on a yearly basis. This is a really good CD, and it's got 20 songs on it. I mean, this is really nice. I mean, of course, Otis Redding is somebody that I would buy from Amazon or somewhere because I like to have like I said, hard copy because I'm old school. So since I did buy the best of Otis Redding, I actually found this, which has some hits on it that are not on the one that I have. Okay, this one is kind of odd. It's a CD called Sex Music. So this is one of those things you just find and you're like, okay. It does have some hits on it though. It's got Let's Get It On, Sweet as Taboo, uh, you know, I'll Make You Love Me, Feels Like We're Making Love. So some of these songs aren't that sexy to me, but I like the versions of these songs on here. And like I said, once again, I don't have to buy the whole album for just to have a few songs that I like. Next up, some Phil Collins. Yeah, Phil Collins is a classic also. He's another one of those people who they use his music in everything, okay? And, um, Phil Collins, I think everybody has a Phil Collins song that they like. And he has made music with a lot of soul and R&B artists, and they've written songs for him and vice versa, and that's why you hear a little bit of soul in his music. you know so Earth, Wind and Fire, so you'll hear a little bit of soul in his music. So let's check out the hits that he made. Okay, so I know y'all remember Susudio and Take Me Home, um, Don't You Lose My Number. All of them is some classics, and they've been on a lot of movies, a lot of TV programs. So those of you who are too young to remember these and you weren't here yet in this realm, check this out still, because this is a really good album. Um, so I was happy to find this too. All right, 80s babies. Next up is U2, and this is their album Rattle and Hum. So this is a mixed album of different styles. Like I said, they still use these classics. The 80s, I think, have the best music, and the other decades has music where you pick and choose. Certain artists have this timeless music, but these are ones that, like I said, you'll hear their music all around. They still play their music, on the oldie stations, and like I said, music on movies and everything, and remakes. I know y'all remember I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. All I Want Is You. So a couple of classics there. There's a couple I need to check out though and do a little research on. I see that number one on the chart here is Helter Skelter. Now they just mentioned Helter Skelter in the recent Jeffrey Dahmer series here, mini series, and if you never heard of it, that's has a lot to do with Charles Manson also. If you never heard of it, go and do a little research. So I kind of am interested to find out how this relates to U2 and if they believed in Helter Skelter. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. It leads me to do a little research here. And last but absolutely not least, the best of Luther Vandross, the best of love. Now, Luther is a classic. He's timeless. And this is a double disc, a two-disc box here that I found. Now, y'all know I already got me some Luther, but, I had to grab this because I do have a best of Luther album, but it didn't come with some of these hits. So, I mean, everybody remembers, the hits like Superstar and, um, so amazing. I mean, oh my goodness, Here and Now. I don't think there's one song on this whole two disc box that's bad. This is just, man, a good find. So let me tell you how much I paid for all these. So I got one, two, three, four, five, six CDs. They were all 99 cents each. They are in mint condition, not one scratch, not one fingerprint. Whoever had these prior took care of them very well. So I am gonna continue to look. Once a week I try to go to a different location or something at times. And this today, I am very happy with what I found. 99 cents each. I bet if I look for this box collection online, we're talking about 25 or 30 bucks. Watch, with all these hits on it. So thanks for sharing my haul with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and a comment. And if you're watching on Instagram, also like it, give me a comment too, show me some love, and I'll see you next time. I'm about to go ahead and finish enjoying my pineapple wine and eat up this big old slice of pineapple I got. All right, peace.